Welcome in, guys. We are at episode 101. Thank you for joining us on the scope. Hope you guys had an awesome Christmas holiday. If you do so, celebrate. If not, I hope you're still having some awesome time with loved ones. Blue with the 12 months. Shout out. Hey, he's right here with me. He's one of the co-hosts of the program along with Buffnerd Gaming. What's up, guys? How we doing?
Howdy.
Did we consume a lot of calories? Have a lot of Christmas items ingested?
I'm up about 12 to 13 pounds, so feeling good.
Of pure holiday mass.
It's bulking.
Yeah. I hit like a couple I've been working out all week, and clearly it's paying off. So.
Oh man,
Nice.
All those calories are going to the exact right place.
That's right.
I had some coquito, so it's like Puerto Rican,
Oh.
quote unquote eggnog without the egg.
Yep.
It's so good, man. Yeah, it's what was it? It's coconut milk, condensed milk, I believe. Not a creamer sometimes people put, and rum.
Is it like horchata kind of?
No.
Was I just racist for saying that? I didn't mean to. I just wondered. Because I've had
got it. All right.
I've had the horchata thing. I don't know, man. Don't cancel me
I
yet.
think it's better than eggnog. I'll see you in the comments, people. But
God, I look forward to your emails and comments. Damn it.
Yep.
I just wanted to have a good show today, and I'm already canceled. I try so hard to get through these without getting canceled. We got Buff joining us too with the Dragon Ball Z hoodie and the plate carrier. Totally ready for the festivities.
I'm prepared, man. I'm in the holiday spirit, so here we are.
That's sick. That's epic.
He's like, it's like a good Christmas sweater, and yes, Die Hard is a Christmas movie.
Agreed, 100%.
I should have put on my ugly sweater. I have a Bob's Burgers one. I dropped the ball and ruined the whole show again. Two times in like 1 minute.
Sweater. I'm joining you there.
Dang it, man. Dang it. We lost Buff again. Hope he's okay. This internet's being wild. We'll get him back. Don't worry. We got plenty of time.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, everyone. Hope it was great. Blue got some cool stuff. I got the first Christmas with the little guy. We got him this book that like reads stories to you when you flip the pages. He loves like flipping book pages. So he's like enamored with that almost as much as he was the box. Like the box was just as cool. So like he just played with that stuff.
They were playing with the box more. I was like, guys, what he got, what my son got was like, because he loves Minecraft. So they got, I think my aunt or his aunt technically got him these like little magnetic Minecraft blocks. So it's like little tree trunks and grass blocks and everything.
Oh, sweet.
They all stick together. But he was so infatuated with that one toy that he forgot about all the other unopened gifts under the tree. So we're like, yep, he's back.
Buff's back. Welcome back, man.
For now, I'm sorry about that. I got my internet. I don't know, Spectrum. You throw them $120 a month, and what do? They give you pretty bad internet. Well, keep it easy as much as possible.
When I had Spectrum, every time they would like raise my stuff, I would always call them and argue that, hey, you said it was only this much a month because it was like some promotion. But I always said that because, and they never mentioned it was a promotion when they did give it to me. But I would do that every single time, so they would keep it at that promotional price. You might just have to call. Look, I'll have my wife call for you. She loves arguing with customer service.
Oh, I'm just gonna call and be like, hey, why am I paying $120 as an LLC member?
Well, all I gotta do is send a technician out.
That's why
the technician that doesn't really know what he's doing. Or
dude,
just knows the very basics of modems.
I hate mine too, man. I live in the sticks.
I have a Netgear too, so it shouldn't be. You
got your own
router that you run? Losing me.
Nighthawk or whatever, Netgear Nighthawk it is. So.
Oh yeah.
I want one of those actually.
Yeah, the Net Doom is coming out with a new one too, which I'm excited about. Those are sweet. I have the R2 and they're coming out with an R3. Did we lose Buff again?
Nice.
Dang.
He's breaking up a little bit.
That sucks, dude. I feel it though. I have the same thing. Like I live out in the sticks, so my internet's like on a radio. Like I've said this before, on the barn that shoots across to a tower, and it's so crappy sometimes. And I have to pay $150 a month for it, and it's only 100 down and 40 up, and that's my speed. That's all I get. It's not gig or anything, and I have to pay 150 a month. Sucks pretty bad. But Christmas was awesome. We had the family out. I made so much food, dude. I made like pulled pork, like some brisket stuff, and like so much meat. Ooh, I ate a lot of meat.
Oh, dude, we had like, you know, big old giant waffles in the morning, eggs, bacon, you know, sausage, freaking cornbread. We went all out. It was so good.
I think I kind of
full.
messed up. I think I kind of messed up and made it more like Thanksgiving. I had that same like meat sweats, like calorie sweats, like the entire time. Like I was just stuffed with food. It was crazy.
You get to play any games?
Dude, I did step back into Siege the last couple nights. For the new season. I did see that.
I've been checking out the streams
for the new season. Been playing the truck simulator, and then
never give that up.
Been trucking, dude. Oh, it's so fun, man. It's so fun. I'm probably gonna. The only thing that might kill this podcast is if I decide just to stop it and go completely truck simulator, dude. It's so fun. That was pretty much my Christmas present, and I got it early because it was on sale. My steering wheel for my trucking game. That's so sick. And then for the first time, me and my really good friends, Walt and Beast Mode Boone, who was a guest on the program quite a while back, we got into playing Warzone again, and finally got some wins strung together. Finally started winning. It felt good. Finally, holy. I
did see that, but I think it's just because it's a new experience for you, or what's
for Warzone.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think there's a comment like why it took us so long to start winning, or me. I think it's because I took a year off from Warzone because I did not like Warzone 2.0 at all, and I played mostly search, and my stats were really high, and I think the skill-based matchmaking stayed cranked up, and I just hadn't been into the COD movement stuff. I've been playing a lot of slower paced games in the meantime, so it was like something to like had to get back in that mindset, get the movement back down, and all that stuff. So started to string some Warzone wins together. Finally, felt pretty good since they kicked me out of Search and Destroy, which is so sad. So sad. All I want for Christmas is covert sneakers to take a hike, man. That's it.
Gone.
All I want. It's not that big a deal. Somebody do it. Did you get some cool stuff for Christmas, Blue?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sitting in one right now. Like I said earlier, the chair.
Huge.
That I built last night. It was super huge for sure. What else? Yeah, I'm trying to think of what else because I was so excited to give my son all his gifts. Now I'm trying to think of what I got. I got too much. I think I got some clothes. You know, the basic. When you get to a certain age, you get clothes. You know, which I was actually excited for because it was one of them was like a really nice shirt. Had some cool socks. You know, it's just like the big dad stuff. You know.
Yeah.
I think I got like I bought some stuff more for me, to be honest.
It gets
during like the holiday season.
It gets that way. Like I'm seeing now with like my first Christmas with the little one. It's more about him and making it cool. And
I think I'm just hard to shop for because like all the stuff that I want is either super expensive or my parents don't really know too much. Or my brother doesn't really know too much. I was like, listen, guys, if you want to spend $50, well, guess what? An AR mag costs $10. Give me 5 of them. You're good. Give me 5.
Yeah, I'm saying.
You know, give me something. Give me if you buy me 50 rounds of 9mm and wrap it in some Christmas wrap, and I open it up and I see it's ammo, I will be happy with that.
Yeah,
you know,
I'm the exact same way. If it's something like affordable, I just get it for myself. Or if it's something that I want, it's insanely expensive. Like I want like a $2,500 rifle. Like that's just not gonna happen. So Christmas is pretty chill when it comes to presents. Yeah, I'm like everything I want is like stupid.
And I'm more of a giver than a receiver, I guess you can say. I like giving out gifts. I love what was it like? We got my dad his first ever DSLR camera. So he was like very emotional with that because he loves taking pictures. He takes pictures, puts them in photo frames, but he's always doing it with his iPhone. And he does some pretty cool work with them. I mean, like he'll put his little signature on it and it looks like legit artwork that someone went out or good photography work. But now we got him a legit DSLR camera. We bought him a camera bag. He's got the strap. And then eventually we'll get him some more lenses and stuff like that when he gets used to it. So
shoot, man.
It's a Canon, I believe. It's this is like the Rebel, you know, very good basic starter one.
Oh yeah. That's awesome. Dude, iPhones and like smartphones lately are no joke when it comes to the cameras on these things, man.
Dude, I think the
Crazy
S,
stuff.
what's the latest S series for the Samsung? That I think it's like 200 megapixels
Yeah,
worth of
crazy
like,
stuff.
yeah, that was insane. With like I know for a while, like Samsungs have always had like really insane, crazy zooms, which doesn't really matter too much, but still, like, and Google Pixel cameras. I think the Google Pixel camera is one of the best cameras in the phone, but you know, iPhone users would say otherwise.
Not a
Just
big iPhone guy
kidding. I
anymore.
love you all. We'll share chargers. Don't worry.
I used to be an Apple guy, but I can't even. I don't like them anymore. I used to like have iMacs and MacBook Pros and stuff for all my video editing, and did the iPhone thing. And nah, man.
I think it's good at first because it's all like within that ecosystem. But once you break out of that ecosystem,
Well,
it's kind of just game over.
I loved it. I loved all my Apple products until I wanted to upgrade them, and then it's like you can't. It's all soldered together, and it is what it is. Like, so now that I've had this PC that I do all my editing work on, it's like if I want to put in a new graphics card or update the RAM or motherboard, I can just do it. Kind of keep the same Frankenstein disaster going. Before I wanted to talk to you about this out of nowhere. An interesting little content creation thing to talk about. Have you or not, if you haven't heard of it? I posted it in that other Discord we're in. Have you seen the Munch AI video editor?
I have not.
So what this is, it's really expensive. So I was hoping to find somebody with some experience with it. But what it is you upload your YouTube video and the AI breaks it down. It's tied in with the web with trending keyword searches, and it cuts and edits shorts for you based on trending keywords.
I've seen not that, but there was actually one that was similar to it that I keep seeing Instagram reel ads, like sponsored stuff.
Yeah.
Oh my god, but it does the same thing where like you could put in any video and it makes clips for you. It even does like camera edits. Like it'll zoom in on a face and stuff like that. Yeah, I think there's multiple programs like that now just going out there. Some of them seem very sketch behind the scenes. And some of them are probably I would assume Munch is probably the more legit ones that you're covering it.
It seems pretty legit from what I've checked out. But and then I did that video for Iron with the AI David Attenborough voice. That's a different one.
Oh, how do you like that?
Dude, everybody really liked it. The comments were awesome. Like they made me feel good. Like everybody in the comments thought it was like a super sick intro. So for those of you guys who don't know, I edit for the Warzone streamer Iron. He sends me his VODs. I edit him into the videos. If you haven't checked out the last one, it's some of my better work. I think it was really funny. I got it. There's a website called invideo.io. It makes videos from scratch. You basically just type in a prompt and it will write you and edit you the whole video. So I typed in a script of what I wanted it to say. It read that in the video. Then I just took out the announcer, just used that. I didn't use any of the clips or anything. You basically you can buy this service and buy the stock video subscription to where you can use the stock videos and it'll create you an entire video. Like with music and everything and cuts and edits of stock footage. But I did it to do an AI David Attenborough voice cut over like an ESPN 30 for 30 intro because Iron has been really sick with the flu and he had like a crazy cool Warzone match where at the end he sniped like 5 people in a row in the circle to win. It was super sick. So we called it the flu game, like Michael Jordan's flu game when he put up like 30 some points or 40 with the flu. So that's where we got that from. And I did this whole like ESPN style intro with David Attenborough editing it with the Warzone clips and stuff. And it was pretty sweet. Everybody really liked it. So that was pretty cool. Sir Samuel with the 499 pounds, euros, pounds. Those are pounds. You can't work here in the morning, so catch up with the podcast. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and all that guff. Yo, appreciate you, Sam. Thanks so much, man. Sleep well, dude. Thank you for the support, man. 4.99 pounds. Appreciate that, dude.
Pounds.
British pound units. So yeah, anyway, this Munch thing seems sick because I've always thought that shorts are really good for podcasts. I see a lot of the big podcasts do that when they have like important, like trendy moments and stuff happens. And if it could take like a 2-hour podcast and make you a bunch of shorts, and then what I thought was really cool was that it was tied in with like the web and web searches and keywords in real time. So you can, it'll kind of give you a score of what it is, of what videos should perform well and shouldn't. And then you can tie your videos to it. It does all the different captions and stuff automatically and things like that. Problem is, you ready for this? $50 a month, dude.
That's that was the issue with the other one I saw. It was like it was promoting it like if it was promoting it, but they never said the price until you dig into it, and then you check the subscription service, and then you realize it's kind of pricey. So, and
I probably $50, man, and I maybe make $50 a year on this podcast. I don't think it would be very I don't think it would be really very good. But man, it'd be cool. It would be so cool to have that.
Did you see all the stalker drama I accidentally put myself into? Apparently,
you're some kind of tourist, aren't you? Aren't you just some?
Yeah, I'm just a tourist. I don't know what I'm talking about when it comes to making videos on YouTube.
Dude, it's the same. I got into the same kind of shit with the Tarkov thing.
Oh my god, dude! You and Redbeard. Funny enough.
Redbeard took it another level, but
Redbeard loves that stuff, and I applaud him for it. But I was bored during it was during Christmas, and I was sitting there. Everyone's done all the presents. I'm sitting outside drinking some coffee. I was like, let me just go on my phone for a bit. Let me post my thoughts and stuff like that. Because I got this like really dumb comment on YouTube, but instead of like screenshotting and posting those dumb comments like I usually do, I decided to just tweet about it. Let me just say, hey, like, no matter what I do, apparently you stalker purist will never be happy. And I was like, and then like the end, of course, was like, hey, by the way, it's no longer 2007. You can like other things. Holy crap. The slurs that come out the woodworks.
Woo.
I've been called so many things. Airsoft LARPer, a fat airsofter. What was it? What the heck was? Oh my god, what was it? Oh, I couldn't even make it in the National Guard. I was like, oh, I guess my 4 years of active Army service doesn't count. And then I've been called the N-word, like legit, just straight up with the hard R. Everything
over a video game opinion, or just
over a video game opinion I think over the opinion of that I've never played the vanilla games. Even though I don't make videos on it because guess what? Nobody watches those videos. So I'm playing it on my off time just to play it. But yeah, just the gatekeeping. They're saying we need to gatekeep harder, or we didn't do enough gatekeeping. It's
that makes
just
no sense, man.
Holy crap. And then I post, and I'll say like something that has some kind of common sense behind it, and state that, oh, by the way, you guys probably weren't even alive when this game came out, first of all, and then apparently that upset them even more. So it just started skyrocketing a little bit more.
Jeez, man.
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
I'm gonna keep making videos regardless. I don't care what they say,
Can you imagine the troglodyte basement dweller that's like sitting on his keyboard in the dark, like just defending his game? Oh, you can't talk about my stalker that way.
It's like
it's so weird,
dude,
man.
Did you make it? Did you make that game? I don't think you did.
It's weird. Tarkov people can be the same way.
Tarkov too, man. And that's the thing too. They're like, go back to playing Tarkov. It's like, but then the Tarkov community would go back to playing Star. It's like, it's so funny. And then the funniest part is there is infighting within each other. So then like people started commenting like, oh, he never played this game, but this game is better than this game. And it's like, no, this game, with this mod is better than this game with this mod. It's like, wow, you guys really eat at each other, and you're like a pack of rabid dogs that smells blood.
You need to like get a different hobby or put your mind somewhere else.
Seriously,
for like a little bit, dude.
My gosh. And then it's like, they think they get a bunch of comments agreeing with them, and they think they're right for all getting together like that. It is just absolutely insanity. So It's fun. I mean, hey, it gives me engagement. I've gone up like 400 followers since the stalker journey.
Oh,
So
nice.
thanks, guys.
Yeah, we'll
You
take
know,
that. We'll take that. That's
thank you.
crazy. Yeah, people that gatekeep in games is so weird. It makes it kind of weird and kind of difficult sometimes to be like if you want to just be kind of a casual, not, I wouldn't say casual, but if you're an FPS fan that likes to play different games and you still want to engage with those communities on the internet, the gatekeeping in those games is so weird, man.
And
It's like,
that's a
it,
game that has gatekeepers because especially for new players. Like I was one of those new players that came in, and luckily I guess I didn't put myself out there too much, or I was making some videos about Stalker Anomaly, and people were like, "This is great, but you should go play the older games." And I go play the older games, but they're broken and they're buggy, and and they still have issues since 2007. But I feel bad for other people that get into this and then they see about Stalker because there's that fan film that's coming out eventually, the by Ethan Royalty, no, what's his name? Evan Royalty. The guys who made the SCP fan film, the ones with like Operator Drewski and his group, and I don't know, have you seen that on YouTube before?
I haven't.
You haven't? Definitely check. I would definitely highly recommend it. But there a 16-second teaser trailer came out of that new film. It's like Stalker Shadow of the Zone, and it blew up, and people were fighting about it on both sides. People were trying to cancel both Wendigoon on Twitter because he was the one that posted the 60-second trailer, which he hasn't gone through enough shit already. They were trying to cancel Operator Drewski and say that all of his Larsim operators, uh, ruined this game, and they should be forced to do weird stuff. Um, so it gets like evidently worse and worse. So imagine a new person that's coming in who's excited for Stalker 2, and then they see all this, like, I don't want to be associated with this
Yeah,
community.
no shit, man. It's so weird. I don't get it. I can't get myself in that that headspace of sitting in my basement in the dark on the computer just waiting for somebody to say something I disagree with about a video game that I loved. They just patrol the internet all day waiting to jump in and keep people out of their precious little community and game. It's so weird, man. You're worshiping some weird stuff in your life, man. Like you got your head on in the wrong place, dude.
Go outside, go relax,
Jeez.
go
Read a book
enjoy.
or
Yeah.
something. Wow.
Go your family. If maybe your kids are crying in the background as you're typing this, go attend to them.
There's no way they have a family.
I wouldn't be surprised, bro.
I don't know.
But anyways,
I don't know.
I think Buff is restarting his router. I don't know if he's gonna be able to come back.
We'll keep an eye on it. If Buff pops in, we'll bring him up. Somebody, I know we talk a lot of crap on the production team, but somebody designed these overlays pretty awesome where we're flexible when some of this.
Yeah, I didn't even realize how fast you did it.
Oh, we're chilling, man. I got it. We're good to go. You want to talk about Gray Zone Warfare?
Let's talk about some Gray Zone Warfare.
Dude, this game, I'm getting too excited for it, and I need to calm down.
I'm trying not to get excited, man,
because
they keep making me get more excited.
Dang it, man. And we've seen some stuff behind the scenes that we can't talk about that's even crazier. Yep. So anyway, Gray Zone Warfare, if you guys don't know, haven't heard of it, super quick rundown. It's a game made by Madfinger Games in Unreal Engine 5. It's a PvEvP kind of open world survival game, and while it technically kind of is an extraction shooter, Rick kind of cleared this up for me because I misspoke a little bit in my video about it. When you extract from this game, when you extract from the map, you don't leave like the map and server. You just go back to your base that's within the server, and everything keeps trucking. So it's not like it's not like an extraction shooter where you completely get out of it. It's not like a matchmaking experience and a loot timer or a raid timer that everybody starts at the beginning. You get match made with a bunch of other PMCs and a raid runs its course. It's always happening. The servers are persistent, continuing to go on. You always live within them. So pretty crazy. And we got a really deep dive and info into lore, and this is one of the things I was hoping to hear about, not necessarily because the gameplay itself revolves around the lore, not that it's like a story-based game, just the fact that I think having a really cool backstory and really cool lore allows them to continue putting out playable content for the game, and to keep, it's an avenue to keep people coming back. And I've always said that I feel like the end games of extraction shooters get really boring, and sometimes you find yourself asking, why would I want to go back into this place? There's nothing left to do. I've progressed all the way through it. Well, if a game has deep lore, there's a lot more stuff to discover. Sounds like there's a lot of mystery on this island and within this game, and it allows them, hopefully they can do like seasonal events and map updates maybe, and keep the game fresh, keep people wanting to get in there and play, because the mechanics itself I think are solid. That's why I was excited to hear about lore and story, because just looking at the gameplay and at the animations and at the UI and everything like that, I feel like the base is already there.
They got to get that right. Yeah.
I feel like the base
foundation's there. Yeah.
The foundation is there. They just got to add ways to keep people coming back.
I will say they've worked on they talked a lot about the Unreal. Also, Buff's back. Hey, Buff.
Oh, wait, hold on. We can't hear him yet. Let me get him back in.
Is Spectrum gonna allow you to be back? Someone says because you had too much Riz and they saw it and they were like, nope, get this man off the screen.
Hold on, stand by, bringing him back.
Standing by to stand
team.
by. Production team's hard at work. They're scrambling. They're tripping over cables right now.
He's back.
All right, there we go.
Welcome in, dude. Welcome in.
Right, nice little phone call to Spectrum and did a bunch of stuff, and we'll see what happens here.
Man, you look great still. That didn't
look great. That's what counts, you know. That's really what I'm going for.
That didn't change. No, what we're talking about, we just got into the gray zone warfare stuff. Talking about the lore. I gave a quick rundown of what the game is, and then kind of reacting to the lore, because as I was saying, I think I was so interested in the lore because I feel like the based on their animations, the gunplay, the UI stuff that we've seen, the foundational stuff already seems to be pretty damn good. In my opinion. Again, can't 100% say that because I haven't played it, but I think the lore and the story and the reasons to keep going back into the island, going out looking for stuff, going on raids is what's going to keep this game going and the longevity of it. So I wanted to hear about that right away. And
the other cool thing to keep in mind is that this is just a continuous server.
That's what
I think they said they're going to have dynamic. I don't know if did they confirm dynamic weather cycling and stuff like that, and night day or anything.
That has to be
anything about that, but I would
think so. Yeah, but regardless, there's no like set spawn points. You know, in Tarkov, the issue is the spawns. Good players know the spawns will rush there and headshot you. So there's no set spawns. Like each of the 3 PMC factions will spawn on their areas of the map, but there's no set spawn locations. And the servers are the server itself, the map runs 24/7. So you don't know when. You could come in and no one's coming in for like 2 hours. So there's no set time everyone's spawning right now. So it's completely randomized because of the 24/7 server, which I really liked that. I thought that was a really nice detail. Something that they're kind of taking the initiative to almost what the end state of Tarkov is supposed to be. And they're kind of getting there before that. Not to compare the two, but as far as what the end product for Tarkov is advertising.
Yeah. I think that's going to be one of the things. Those kind of mechanics are going to make this game so immersive and unpredictable. You're never going to know like where threats could come from. I feel like it's a big map. There's also not going to be, and they did say this, there's not going to be that many other PMCs. That's why they're calling it PvEVP. It's basically like you're kind of interacting with survival elements and working with the AI and fighting them and stuff. But there's always an off chance you run into another player team. And I think that's such a cool feeling when you're playing like a map on woods in Tarkov, to actually like you feel like you're alone, and sometimes you can forget that you're not. And you feel alone, but you know that you're not alone. And that's kind of a cool eerie, like you just always have like a little baseline suspense level going, because somebody could always pop around the corner, be in a tree or something. So
and even the work that's going into the AI as well too. It's not just gonna be like regular bandits that just shoot on sight. They will have, and they like to call it, and this is from an article coming from Game Rant, that the creative director Marek, oh my god, I'm messing up his name.
Blue.
Hold on. Marek Rabis. I don't know how to say his name.
Oh man. They tweeted you out on the
Anyways,
first day and you did him like
I
that.
know. Okay, I'm sorry.
Wow.
Bad with names. Bad with names.
Jesus, Blue.
But the cool thing about it is that the AI is gonna have emotions. So
I have
something along the
emotions.
lines of like if you're they're gonna be like if you're coming up to like a checkpoint, instead of them shooting on sight, they'll tell you to back off. Like that's already something new that we really haven't seen in an open world survival game, pretty much.
Yeah, and he said
they're gonna be there, and he said it's a person's server, so the AI they're gonna be doing their own task. They're gonna be doing their own thing throughout the server.
Yeah. Yeah. So he said the AI will be doing tasks and missions and you can like follow them and see what they're up to and stuff. Like you can kind of tail behind them and kind of try to figure out what they're doing. And if you want to maybe like let them do their task and then jump them, or if you want to try to work with them, or like it's just going to be so much more interactive. And
I would assume, yeah, imagine like you can work with like, because right now we know there's the military faction, like the prior Lemang military faction, and then there's just a bunch of like criminals and bandits that like just banded together. I think there's like separate bandit factions, and then there's like a core group of criminals, I think, from what I read from the article. But so there might be, that's like 3 factions maybe confirmed, maybe at least 2 right now. But it's like they're gonna have human emotions, what he kept saying on the article. So I guess
That's
like
cool.
maybe if you shoot their friend, they're gonna get upset, or and on top of that, if you want to know more while you're in the server or in the map, there's gonna be like this messenger app, they call it like the WhatsApp of their game, that you can use it to open up and communicate with the traders, and not just with the traders, but like other PMCs in that same area as well too. So there's like an in-game chat, but it's not just a gray text box on the side. It's like a physical item you can use. I would at least assume it's a physical item. We haven't seen animations for that or any like footage of that yet, but from what they said, it's the WhatsApp in their world. So that's already like a little cool aspect of it.
yeah, super sick. And then they had an interview that they posted also with an actual private military contractor who is retired special forces that went into the private military universe, into corporations, and did some of this work, did some of this dirty work for contractors and stuff. And is also, what was he like? Like a congressional advisor.
Was an that, but he was also
And
like
Pentagon.
former Army.
He was airborne paratrooper, and then he said he was brought into some of those private military companies, basically to not like a soldier on the ground, but mainly like organizational, like organize, gather, like put together those teams, things like that. How would he was advising the Pentagon and those other companies, well, the PMC companies, like how would you do X or Y, things like that.
And wasn't he also a professor on like military tactics and stuff like that? So he like designs and like the brain behind some of these missions and stuff.
He still currently helps out the government too, which is kind of crazy to think that he's also like a freelance contractor and also now helping out with this game as well too. So
it's pretty cool. And then I think what we're going to find out, we also got kind of a sneak peek that they also work with other current like soldiers and like active duty military folks. And whenever they go into talking about like the gunplay and the ballistics and the combat systems, we're going to hear from those guys as well, and how they're trying to make this, like they're trying to make it super, super immersive. And with the graphics behind it, and if they get the gameplay and that eerie feeling of like unpredictability, and you got to work with your squad, and they always say like every move matters, and like if they can get that tagline to be real, like this could be a super intense and replayable game, man. It could be. Dang it, I'm getting excited,
it will
dude.
be my main. It's asking so hard. It'll be my main game if it works. Now, the one thing I'm still a little bit on edge for is that they're using Unreal Engine 5, and UE5 has been notorious lately that it's just not there yet for what these games hope to do. In fact, they've even the guys at Mad Finger Games have developed new tech, and they call it Scala, SKALLA. and it's their own oh my god, I can't speak today.
Proprietary.
Proprietary. Jesus, thank you. And it's their own proprietary technology for rendering the world. So I know a lot of people think about UE5 to think nanite and stuff like that. This is like on a whole different level because it's not just for textures, it's the leaves, the wind, the rivers, the water, the vegetation, like everything about that is they're pushing Unreal Engine to its limits right now. And I start worrying about optimization. I start questioning what are they going to do for the servers, because if this game is as big as it's I hope it is going to be, servers are going to be the main issue I think that they're going to worry about, and optimization, especially for not everyone's getting, no one got, I didn't get a 4090 for Christmas, so I would assume a lot of people still need to update their rigs and stuff like that. And then they even said too, eventually if it does well on PC, the creative director himself said he would like to bring it to console because they don't
Holy
have
God.
games like this.
Yeah,
But
that'd
it
be
needs
amazing.
to be good on PC first. Yeah, I was like, first of all, I always worry about games like this when it comes to controller support, because like how many keybinds can you have on a controller, you know, without having multiple paddles or something like
Yeah.
that. So, you know, that's what I worry about. But if it comes
Well, I
to
mean, they
console
did it.
too,
They did it
bro,
on, like, there's people who have hooked up controllers for Tarkov and like binded everything. You know, it'll be more complicated, and it'll be like press
yeah,
that. You like hold this and hit
well,
this to do this.
LB
Yeah, you're gonna
select.
need to do like
Yeah.
combos. But I mean, honestly, as a mainly as a console player, I mean, you know,
Is it
PC.
possible, you think?
I'd love to upgrade to PC for this. But again, like you said, you know, Santa wasn't as nice to me this year as I was hoping. I didn't get the 4090, so you know, that's what happens when you're banned from X 4 times in a year. But
Elon, what the?
I yeah, what the hell, Elon? I thought we were buddies. But yeah, I mean, to see it on console, you know, the player base that would play this on console, key like binding but different buttons and complicated things wouldn't matter. That'd be something, whatever.
No,
I'll
they'll
do
figure
whatever.
it out.
Yeah. That's nothing. I don't think anybody who is interested in these kind of games would.
I would, man, I wouldn't count on it too much though. Like it's 100% thing. If it is, it's going to be quite a while before it made it to console.
It
I
is
feel
going to
like.
be a long time for sure, because he
Right.
said it himself. Like they need to get this one right on PC
Right.
once they feel it's at a good stage.
Yeah.
And the really cool aspect as well too behind the, I would say, the scenes of it is not just the Unreal Engine stuff, but it's also a lot of people were saying like they were, the creative director himself put it on Twitter that they're not taking elements just from other games and putting it into it. They're expanding upon those elements. So same
That's
thing with like the traders in games. It's not just do this simple task, bring item A back to him, you get money. You
right.
know, it's like, oh, hey, and I think you mentioned in an article, you know, someone's, you know, I think the trader, they said a female trader and her father, he had to go investigate what happened to the father. We have only seen one female trader, so people kind of put two and two together of like, okay, this is going to be her first, or one of her quests. But it's like that's something we've never seen in a game like this, where oh wait, I'm investigating a murder or a disappearance of someone, you know. Plus, we still don't know exactly what happened to, I would call it the zone. And also, there's another reason why I'm calling it the zone, because even in the interview himself, Marek said this was not heavily inspired, but one of his inspirations for this game is also the meaning behind gray zone warfare. Of course, the gray zone means the gray zone between black and white. It's not, you know, a country's not at war, but it's not, you know, at peacetime. It's in between. I think you said that last podcast, I think, too, Crash. But then also one of the influences for this game was the book Roadside Picnic, which if people, all my Stalker fans might know about, that inspired movie Stalker, which then inspired the Stalker games. So that alone makes me now wonder what the issue is. And also the apparently ground zero of the map is centered in the middle. So it's already a 42-kilometer square map. And then you have the center of whatever happened in the middle. So that's already going to be really, really interesting to see. I'm hoping we'll see some kind of like cool, because then that's the thing. You're not fighting against just players. You're fighting against the environment. So you might have to fight against, or navigate through an anomalies or radioactive areas and stuff like that. Because there is a radiation level on the UI as well too. So there's a lot more to this. So again, like you said, the foundation's there. I just need to make sure they get everything else that is needed to make the game run well on point.
Yep. Optimization is going to be rough.
I can't handle another World War III situation.
Or Day Before, but it's already light years ahead of Day Before. But like basically what B Lee is saying in chat, like I feel like the Day Before ruined so many other indie developers' chances. I don't even know if you can consider this an indie developer or not. They're a pretty big company, but because of their work in the mobile space.
Yeah, true.
But the Day Before debacle has shaken a lot of people's trust in video games, and I wish it hadn't have, and it shouldn't have, because I just feel like the Day Before was like a train wreck we saw coming a mile away, and this has literally none of those signs to it. Zero. The communication has been insane. We've already seen so much. We've seen so much of the game. But anyway, I digress a little bit. All's that to say, some of the lore behind it, like this island has an entire like backstory and stuff. And in my video, I akined it to like a North Korea kind of thing, where there was an older, super strict dictator that kind of had an isolationist policy, kept everything close to the vest, kept the economy all interior, and had absolute rule over everything. He passed away. The son came up, took over, claimed that they're going to change everything. Actually didn't. Sounds like he was kind of a totalitarian jerk as well. And then some certain things happened. They built a giant resort that was supposed to be super cool for tourists to come. That was part of his promise, to make it a touristy place and have visitors finally. That didn't happen. There was some kind of event that happened, and this is what they're keeping secret until the game launches. Like from a meteor to alien to some kind of explosion to like a
chemical plant reaction,
to like a tectonic plate thing, like a earthquake or volcano, something. So they're talking about like an event happened, like a large event happened. The UN evacuated everybody. They deemed it unsafe. The UN tried to help evacuate everybody. Some people stayed behind. Those are the AI factions. And then they found out this thing that happened could have also created some riches and some things that could be in this place. So the PMCs, the private military contractors, were hired by other people, where the companies themselves are trying to fight over the resources and take control of this place that's been vacated by the people that used to live there, all the while dealing with whatever weird thing is going on. So,
and technically the PMCs that we're playing as are wave 2. Because the first wave of PMCs got decimated, apparently. So many casualties. So we're the second wave of PMCs going in, and there's 3 factions as well too. And I believe they're all there for their own reasons. One of them is there for riches. One of them is there to secure the area, and one of them is also like kind of like Soviet era type stuff. So you might see some really cool like differentiation between high-tech weaponry as well too. So you're like fully built out Mark 18s, your SCAR platform and stuff like that, to like your tiny AK-74Us and stuff like that, and maybe an AK out of what was like the dust cover, not the dust cover. What's that? The thing on the top?
Picatinny rail,
right? Not the Picatinny rail, but like the one that covers the bolts.
Yeah, it's a dust cover.
Right? Is that dust cover? Yeah.
Yeah,
so about
cover.
that, little. Yeah, so it's just you're gonna see everything in between. I'm pretty sure you'll see a lot of that with the bandits running like low tech gear, and then the military running some pretty high tech weapons. So
yeah, man, it's cool. And with some of the consultants that they have, like they're really trying to capture that feeling of ultra modern combat. And he even alluded to it in that game rant. Like they're taking realistic current modern combat that is less about large scale combat and more about these kind of mercenaries or PMCs, like private military people doing their own thing out for their own interests, is a lot of the combat that's going on today. And like how he talked about it with the healing too. Like they're taking this into account with the healing.
I was about to say that,
and they have a big emphasis on making the healing mechanics and the health mechanics really immersive in the fact that there's a lot of like casualties as far as injuries and things, but not as many deaths in modern combat. People with the updated tech in medical equipment are surviving combat wounds more often, and they're taking that into account in the game with a plethora of like updated medical tech and how you can help each other out, heal each other, decide to take, you know, in your limited inventory, how much also medical gear you want to take. And there's a whole bunch of different kinds of things for different injuries. And the animations are all unique. And that's just a whole big giant thing.
He mentioned in the article too, it's like if you get shot, you can actually go into a coma. So you won't actually die right away. But if you have buddies there, they can get you out of that coma within like a certain amount of time. Stuff like that. So
that's cool.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like if you get shot in the lung and stuff like that, you'll eventually start losing blood. I think if you lose like 15, he said it in there, it's like if you lose a certain amount of blood, like 15%, it's like nothing's crazy. You lose 50%, you start getting woozy, and then by 75, you're pretty much out of the fight at that point. So, you know, and then I hope this is the thing, but he says you can heal others and then you can drag them somewhere to a safer place, like buddy drags, and is, you know, as a mechanic in the game, like grabbing your guy, you're pulling him, your guy's probably shooting his pistol, some, you know, something crazy like that, you know. But then of course, if you do die and you have your friends are there, your friends could guard your body until you come back and get your stuff. So it's not like all is lost. I'm pretty sure if you go solo, you might have a tough time.
Or if you get wiped,
exactly.
Or if you all die, then everybody's gonna take your stuff. But yeah, you'll be able to.
You can have someone now. If you work with a team, you can assign someone. So because you have a weight limit too, you know, from the UI. So if someone knows the healing mechanics or, you know, knows that system very well, they could be assigned a medic role. Pretty much, you can just, you know, hey, you store up a little bit more medical supplies, get some liters of blood, because that's going to be a mechanic they said as well too.
Yeah, blood loss was a big thing.
You know, blood loss, stuff like that. Yeah. I don't know if blood type is going to come into effect.
I wondered. That'd be interesting too. You got to make sure you put the right
like,
blood
what if you
type
get the wrong blood type? Because I think from the UI, maybe I was wrong, but I think there's a blood type level. No, maybe not. Okay, I'm looking at the UI right now. But like, yeah, if the blood type is a thing, then you gotta like, maybe bring in what's the universal blood donor type? Is it O positive? O negative
donor, yeah.
You know, so like maybe that's more expensive to get from traders is O negative blood compared to specific types. I don't know. There's just so many cool parts.
That might be a little too granular for me, but I think the idea of like blood loss and just having like you have to carry units of blood. And like if your guys get touched up enough, like you got to do like a blood transfusion and stuff to get that going. And
and we already know the animations are going to look great, but I understand people are worried. They're very picky of. I would always say that's a good trait to have. Be very picky of the games that you support, that you purchase, that you are excited for. Everyone has their right, but definitely that day before debacle definitely ruined a lot of people's trust within the gaming industry.
It jacked with some credibility that it probably shouldn't have. But
yeah, I mean, so many people were calling this a scam off the bat because of the day before, and it's like, dude, one, they never, because that's the same thing too. Day before never charged anybody during the early days of their quote unquote not real development. But you know, you can say the same thing about Grays and Warfare. They haven't charged anybody. Oh yeah, but wait till it actually comes out, and then you got to pay for it, and it's gonna be a scam. Like, no, it's not. And as much as you know, people were saying that all the YouTubers that made videos are all shills. Like, first of all, none of us got paid a single cent from Madfinger Games, Grays and Warfare. No one has gotten paid anything. At least I haven't. I know Crash hasn't. I don't think Buffs has. I don't think anyone has.
Well, I got they sent me 2 million, so I don't know. You guys probably need to renegotiate your contracts.
What are you doing here on this shit show? Like, what do you got to be? What are you doing on this?
That's a new cry play carry he bought. That's why. That's what it is.
Yeah. Oh, gotcha. But no, I think yeah. to go along that same lines with what you're saying, to dial it back just a little bit, because we're sounding super hyped, and we are, just because this is a game that a lot of us had wanted, man. It seems like a really cool, unpredictable, like open world shooter with tons of immersive mechanics, and that immersion is like looks to be really cool here. Let's talk about some of the things to help us kind of come back to earth. Some of the things that could be like potential issues, right? That have hurt other games in this same vein. I think where they're talking about really complicated AI, I think that is incredibly hard to get right. And then they're trying to add these other layers onto that too. That could be an issue. I think the AI could be a challenge. Netcode could really be a challenge where you have a server with everything going on. We know about the infamous Tarkov desync that happens all the time, and some of the performance issues have to do with you have a persistent server that's running. That server has to keep track of where all the loot is, where all the tasks are, who's all doing what, and the position of everything and all those items and bullets and everything within this whole space. That's a lot of server side information that has to get pushed out to clients, and everything synced up and mirrored each other to keep track of all the players on the server. So I think netcode is going to be something that's really going to be important. And when you start talking about, we're going to get into this a little bit, where we talk about some of the things coming to Tarkov tomorrow's wipe. I think it's tomorrow. The wipe coming up with Tarkov is when you start getting stuff that is this immersive and granular, and then it's going to be like Sonic drinks when it comes to gun customization, right? Just like Tarkov, you can have like billions of different kinds of gun configurations. Like balancing that could be an issue too. And then again, having enough stuff. It is just one map, even though it is big. It's just one map. And, you know, they said 150 quests at launch, which I think is pretty good. But having enough stuff to keep people coming back. Once you've leveled up, because there's inevitably going to be a meta. It happens. It's what gamers do nowadays with the internet, right? Like somebody's going to make a wiki about this game, and somebody's going to make like all these meta guides and how to do the quests and the best gun builds. And once you get all the best equipment, like what else is there? And I think that's going to be the biggest unanswered question that's going to make or break the game. Is once you've leveled up, once you have everything, once you have enough resources, what else is there to do? That's where I'm at. What do you think, Buff?
Well, it also takes away, I mean, that's kind of the same thing we talked about with DMZ, right? And like one of the things with DMZ is like, okay, now that we've done everything, all that's left to do is hunt players. But here, the servers are 24/7, so you never know. Like there could be no other players on the map when you're there. So, and there's no set spawn, so it's not like you can pop a UAV, right? So that kind of limits that option to just go straight player hunting at some point, which is nice. So yeah, I think that's a good question though. It's like that's kind of the issue we always face with these types of games. Like what next? And the same with Tarkov. It's like, you know, everyone looks forward to the wipe because within like a month, everyone's beat the game.
Yep. I agree.
But this map is, this map compared to the size of like, just even not to compare this to Tarkov, but a standard Tarkov map compared to this is, this is a huge map, first off. And the fact that you never even know if there's players on the map to begin with is another good thing. So starting out with 150 quests, I think is really good. And I think like we got screenshots of what 3 of the traders, but I think there was a total of 6 based on the other names that were there on the tab options.
There's Gunny, the gunnery sergeant from the Marine Corps. Yep. There's the Fed looking guy, like I call him, with the sunglasses and the hat. Hello, fellow kids.
Yeah.
And then there's the female, Wong is her last name. No.
Yeah, but I thought there was 3 more. I thought there was 3 more when you look at those pictures. I thought there was 3 more that they didn't like detail. Unless I'm reading it.
I don't know if they showed it or talked about that. I'm not so sure. But I will say too, like all those 150 quests, some might even get locked out for you because you might have upset someone else within the traders. Because each one, they might not like each other or stuff like that. So you can even like, if you're on a certain quest route, you might be going against the other trader. I don't know how that's gonna really work in game, but
right, yeah. There's so much more.
Replayability.
I think next month we will start to see more about like different
January,
aspects of the
February.
game. I think they're gonna isn't the next thing they tease, they're gonna talk about like the combat and the weapons and stuff, kind of the combat loops and
Yeah,
mechanics.
because people voted for the story and the lore, so now they're gonna do all the other stuff. But I will say, is there? I don't think they said it's just due to release in 2024. We don't know what quarter yet either. I assume.
Right.
So.
And I think play testing is going to be an early, like play testing to public folks is going to be
I'm sure there'll be
early
private play test first, and then public play test, and then early access.
Yep. But no, I'm excited. I'm looking for a. Well, I guess I'm not because I have Truck Simulator to keep me tied over. But this looks like a really
they bring in
cool.
trucks into Lemang. Boom, you got trucks.
This looks like a really dude. I'll hook up my wheel. I might play this game with my wheel, just aiming and stuff with my steering wheel. Just kidding.
Do it.
No, I think this is going to be a really cool game and a perfect change of pace for me. You want to sweat it out, and then you want something that I don't want to say it's chill because it's not going to be chill, but just slower paced, right? Like you don't have to sit up. Like it's not like the finals where it's like you got to just go. Like it's actually a little bit more methodical and tactical and using comms.
You're not
and
gonna
your
be
brain.
sweating like crazy the whole time.
Yeah.
Not
And
gonna
they bring VR. Just kidding.
Yeah.
Yep. So, no, it's cool, man. I'm really excited for this game. It might have eclipsed my hype for Division Heartland. I don't know, but looking ahead to 2024, man. Some cool
I think
stuff
a little
coming,
bit
man.
with that. I think I kind of agree with that statement. Like, I'm still excited for Heartland, and now I'm a little bit more excited for Gray Zone.
They kind of got me. Okay. So speaking of that stuff with everything in this game, I wanted to talk to you guys about the Tarkov Wipe that just got announced. I think it's coming up today or tomorrow, depending on when you or tomorrow or the next day, depending on when you listen to the podcast. I think it happens on the 27th. And there is going to be a wipe. However, the big thing is Arena is not being wiped. So your progression to Arena that I just got access to yesterday.
Oh, finally.
It's not wiped. So I haven't played it yet either because I'm kind of just lost my excitement with that. But
yeah.
Let me see here. There are actually
because you're gonna be go for Keter against M4s.
I know. Yeah, I just really not excited to get. It's just like Tarkov. Like if you start late in the wipe, it's just like, man, I'm just not that excited to get shit on for like 100 hours so I can actually play the game. But they are going to do something about that with Tarkov. So there's actually some. I want to get you guys' opinion on if these are good or bad. But with this wipe with Tarkov, there's some really, really, really big changes coming up that could really change the game. I guess along those lines, I'll just say it right off the rip. There's going to be a new map called Ground Zero. And this is going to be for all the new players. So they haven't decided if they're going to cap it under 15 or under 20, but under one of those levels, if you're under that level, if you're a newer player, you can play this map. Once you go over 15 or 20, you can no longer come back and play this map. So it's a map of only relatively new players to kind of get your feet under you, get some quests going, get some loot and stuff like that. So it's a new kind of beginner map to help kind of with onboarding a little bit. Now,
this is for Arena, right?
No. This is the main game.
Oh, wow. Hell yeah.
So it's a new map for low-level players. Now, we'll see how many people cheese this and how many people get up to level 15, wipe their account, get up to level 15, and just shit on noobs the whole time. Yeah. I don't know if somebody's going to do that or not, or who would ever want to do that.
That'd be kind of boring. I feel like that'd get boring, though, because it's like you don't have access to your high-tier stuff, right?
It might. But here are some of the images of it. It looks a lot like Streets.
Wow.
Like nice. Streets of Tarkov. So the map looks really neat. Hopefully those frames are okay. But essentially, this wipe, everybody's going to have to start here. So everybody's going to have to start here, and then as you play, you unlock the other maps. But
oh, cool. Okay.
Yeah, you have to play this and do quests on here to unlock the ability to go to the other maps. So kind of a neat idea, man. If it's implemented well and works out okay, I really like it. Yeah, because
I might come back to Tarkov just for that.
I'm thinking about it too. And some of these other things that they're talking about, I might play Tarkov this wipe a little bit. But it sounds cool to have kind of well, not really a safe space, but you just know you're not going to get destroyed by people with BP ammo and Altons and wrist tees and like all the gear and all that stuff right off the bat. So it looks pretty cool. And then yeah, so always an issue with Tarkov is like if you don't play right off the bat and grind it right away, you fall behind when it comes to gear. But this you kind of always have a place to start out. So pretty cool.
That's cool. I like that. Yeah, because that's the worst when you start after the wipe.
Yeah.
And get annihilated, and like you're forced to go on like some of the OG maps that you might know from playing previously, or especially if you're a new player and just have no idea what you're doing and coming in mid wipe like I did when I first started. Man,
it's brutal.
Process.
You pretty much just have to do scav quests until you get enough money to buy better gear, and then then you don't have them unlocked, and it's rough. So no, I thought that was really cool. I hope it works out. I've always known BSG to have really good ideas and struggle with implementing them. But we'll see how that goes as far as like performance and everything.
Yeah.
The other thing that's really cool that they're adding that's going to be huge, this is probably the biggest change, is going to be the total recoil rework. Last time they did the recoil rework, no one's liked it. Ever since then, really, I see a lot of creators kind of make fun of it, citing countless images. Tarkov is a game that's going after realism, citing countless videos of people shooting real guns that don't have that much recoil, like real full auto guns, and then looking at Tarkov where it's like all over the place. So basically what they said is they're changing the recoil, and why I am hopeful for it is they said they're targeting build variety. So instead of, all the recoil attachments and low recoil ammo and stuff being the meta, hopefully recoil is more manageable across the board. So other guns are viable. So
and other attachments are,
I'm hoping it gets a little more variety. It makes more guns more viable. And
more max recoil and ergo builds.
I'm not sure how this one's going to go. So vaulting, they're actually completely changing the movement, adding vaulting where you can climb over stuff. In the past, I've been stuck on like a curb on a street before. Like you can't step over the curb. Like you're a highly trained expert private military contracting soldier, but the curb, man, like getting over a concrete curb just do you in.
God forbid there's a pole, there's a fence 1 foot taller than you.
Yeah, you're out. You're done. You did all those obstacle courses in basic training, but you forgot about it.
Enough. That's a skill that you rank up is strength. Like doesn't really only matters for recoil purposes.
Yeah, you never get the almighty strength enough to scale the height of a concrete curb. Like you can't do it. So
5 stairs in front of you.
I am at first when they first started showing this, it looked a little rough. But lately the animations and things look really good, and it could just make the game make more sense, right? Like there's like weird jump spots, and like trying to get out of windows, you always kind of have to like time a jump and like bit weird, and it just, I think it can make,
and if you don't know about it, that's even worse.
I wonder if there's going to be like any exploits, any people climbing out of the map or places where they shouldn't be, or any
that's what I'm worried about. Little like glitchy spots that maybe they're in an unfinished building that they can shoot out of, but you can't shoot back at them. Things like that I get worried about. I'm also excited though for the flank positions and different buildings that maybe do they have to rework some maps for that now because of the vaulting? Because people will find a way to break out of areas that weren't originally accessible.
Yeah,
I'm just again, like you said earlier, that's how gamers work. Yeah.
Yep. It could be weird. I do feel like. So we'll have to see if there's any like crazy jump spots or something that come from this. Let me see. I'm trying to find an image.
Turns out when they jump out the map, they realize, oh wait a minute, the map is open. You see like woods in the background,
right in the factory. Like you're actually like a ghost that's not supposed to be there.
Yeah, you vault out of factory and you see you're still like in customs. The map. That'd be funny.
You're in customs. Yeah, that'd be sweet. Dang it, I keep hitting my arm. Sorry, that's probably loud. I didn't mean to do it. The other thing sounds like a gong. The other thing that's gonna happen is a massive armor overhaul. So armor's getting completely reworked. That's why Buff wore his today, to show you guys a little bit how it works. So there's going to be everything's going to be split out into plates. So you have like the main plate, like sometimes you have the groin protector, sometimes you have like the shoulder, the neck, the back on certain ones. So each individual armor plate is going to have its own health and its own value, and you can even put different classes of armor in there, I think.
Really?
So it's going to be crazy, and they've updated hitboxes too. So hitboxes around these armors are going to be more reflective of the visual places where the armor actually is. So they're tightening all that up.
Dude,
And
that's sick.
And it's going to change how ammo penetrates fragments, and it could make other ammos that weren't viable a little bit more viable. And there's going to be they were hoping to make more armor viable by keeping them around, making them more flexible and not as expensive to upgrade. And then I think there's also an overall vest wear, so you can't use the same vest the entire time. The soft parts of the armor will also start to degrade over time and eventually wear out.
Can you repair it though? That's what I wonder. You know,
Yeah.
especially for like soft ones.
I don't know if you can do that or not, but again,
wow,
really cool idea.
First of all, how much is insurance going to cost now? Do you have to put insurance on every single plate?
Just don't die. Just don't die, Blue.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, fixed
Sorry,
it.
you're right. Just be good. Get good.
Just get good. Skill issue, whatever the kids say. But no, man, this could be really cool. I'm a little on the fence about it. Do you guys think it's too granular? Or do you think it's cool?
I think it's cool, but I know the hardcore Tarkov community, there's going to be some pretty interesting opinions of that. I think it's cool to be able to change. I mean, like it'd be weird too. Like, what if someone who doesn't know different levels of plate, or not different plate carriers, but different levels of plates, if they put like a level 4+ IA triple stacked, ceramic plate in one back, and then they accidentally put like a Kevlar in their back, and also some in chat said that also like you could still have level 1 or 2 that's up to like rated like to 357 Magnum like on the sides. Like I know a lot of like military does like on the side plates. It's not there. It's soft Kevlar, so it's still soft armor.
Yeah,
does that count as armor? Does that count as
it does?
The gray. So okay, so
in this, yeah. So the soft areas, like not using real name says the soft areas are like class 1 or 2, and they wear, but the soft areas between plates is also like it's super light armor. So
yeah.
They do something with the visors too, because I'm thinking like Altons now and the face shields. Is that going to be different? Like,
those
is
replaceable.
the sides no longer, yeah, but are the sides no longer viable? I would assume they still are, because I've seen some pretty crazy shots where it looks like it would go through and it doesn't because the hitbox is weird. So
there's
I'm
also
worried because like
too.
Same thing. That too, but I'm also now because I'm looking at Buff right now. His plate carrier like is only protecting his vital organs, so like everything around him is open, and I'm guessing that's gonna be the hitbox now in Tarkov.
Should be
like,
be.
I hope so.
Supposed to be.
That's how it should be. But
so
yeah, and that's the thing. Like, as much as I'm excited for this, I gotta remind myself this is BSG, and this is another wipe, and this is another big update. And they don't have a good track record of a good update on day 1. Week 1. Hell, 3 weeks.
That's true.
This is so. Yeah, people are gonna get pissed at me again. This is a really cool idea on the surface, and one of the things that makes Tarkov special is this attention to detail and this amount of realism is really cool. But I am worried that it's going to start exposing even more of the game's flaws when it comes to like hit reg and stuff, and it's gonna make gunfights really confusing. And like you're gonna get shots and you're not gonna kill somebody. You thought you had him, and you thought him in the soft area, but you didn't. The other thing that's gonna happen where people are gonna get frustrated with this, if you spend like 30 freaking minutes trying to go around to the flea market and buy the right plates and get them in the right spot, you get your armor and you spend all this money and this time putting the plates in the right spot, and then you wear this armor, you go out and within 20 seconds you get head-eyed by a scab through a bush, and that armor did nothing for you.
The still gonna be the same.
How are you gonna feel? I just spent 45 minutes getting my armor set up to die within 5 minutes, getting shot in the head.
Right.
So, and that's going to be frustrating.
And people are going to say, that's just Tarkov, man.
Yeah, that's Tarkov. It's true.
And it is just Tarkov, but that's not the point. Like, I don't know how else to explain it to
But
people.
I think I think one of the things, and they're going to get into this with one of the things that they're adding is presets when it comes to magazines. So a lot of times, sometimes you could split out all your ammo and you could do like one rip round and one armor piercing round, one flesh round, one armor round, and you could do that. Well, now you can set up presets and load your mag quick that way. Why would you not release this feature with presets? Maybe there is, but I don't think there is, to where you could configure the armor that you wanted, just like you can the weapons, and configure and save that preset of armor, and then just right click, buy at either from the traders or the flea, whatever's cheaper, buy it, get your armor, go. So these mechanics aren't so painful and make it essentially not take as much as long to set up as even just simply buying the armor like you used to. You just have a preset, you buy all the parts, it's assembled, you put it on, you go roll.
I hope that's a thing. I don't expect that to be, because that makes too much sense, but I really hope that's a thing.
I wouldn't be surprised if it's not their day one, but it's definitely something they should be adding.
I feel like that's where BSG can fall short sometimes, have really good ideas, but just miss a little bit on the implementation. And if this doesn't launch with presets, it's going to miss on the implementation, because it's going to take a really long time to set this up for potentially do you no good in raid
again.
But it's a cool idea. And this kind of stuff is what makes Tarkov special, but it also can make it really annoying times too.
Times two.
Times two.
What else is going on? Left shoulder shooting. Like these are really big changes to the game. So they're making it, and we've seen some animations from it on their Tarkov TV streams.
I don't like the animations.
You do or don't?
I don't.
The only thing I like about it is how it's quick. So they have it to where
quick. It's like Counter-Strike quick.
You're still like a right-handed shooter, or I guess I'm left-handed there. Sorry, that's how I shoot. You're still like a right-handed shooter, but you just move it over to your left shoulder. And it's pretty fast. And I think it has to be viable, because they have stuff in the past where you can do like the blind flyer and stuff. They're changing that too this time, but where it was like not really, you have to press a bunch of keys and stuff, and it's kind of slow and doesn't make it usable. But where this is quick, because right now right hand peaks in Tarkov are incredibly strong, just because of your guns on your right side of your body. So when you swing the corner, you don't have to have as much of your body exposed to get the weapon, right? Like if you peek to the left, you have to expose all of your body to get to the gun. So everybody tries to
make sense in their realism factor. People always, that you're taught that to switch over to your left shoulder. You get good at shooting left or right if you're opposite. So
yeah, so this is going to be there, which I think is cool, because now it'll make you, if you're in trouble and need to peek left, you can now plop your gun over to the left side and swing that way. And I like it how it looks to be fast, because that means it's usable, and it's going to make left-sided peeks a lot better if you have to do them. I thought when they said that it was going to be like a preference you could set up and be a left-handed person and have it always on your left side. That's crazy.
Yeah, no, I think it's in between, but yeah, I just thought it was a little bit too quick, but I guess that makes sense. It has to be pretty fast.
Was there like video?
There is a video of it. Yeah.
I don't know where it is. Did we just lose Buff again? Dang.
Oh, yep. Freaking Spectrum. It was working so well.
It was working well. I don't know if I can find it.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll install it tonight. I'll get ready for the wipe, which is nice to kind of, that's the best time to get into Tarkov, is during a wipe, because everyone's pretty low level. And now that's even better with that new map, because everyone's at least between 1 and, was it 15 is the top level you can be there?
They haven't decided yet, or they were not going to know until they launch it if it's going to be 15 or 20.
Even 15 is still pretty good. If they go anything above that, for sure. If it's like 20, then it's like, yeah, that's no. I think it's because I haven't played Tarkov in years. Is it still like a certain level to get the flea market?
Yeah, 15
unlocked?
Usually, or been 20 a couple times, but usually 15.
That's what I figured. It'd be like whatever, it'll be 15.
So
okay, cool. I'm excited to get back into it. I'm not BSG. No, see, I almost said I was really excited. So close.
See if Buff comes back. Trying to. I don't see his face yet. So yeah, I was gonna try to find. Can you find a video of it? I'll show Buff to see what he thinks.
Believe I can, yeah.
Left-handed shoulder. I wonder if it's on YouTube.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Left shoulder. Anyway, while
we're great.
We're
Well, great people.
While we're
Great,
looking for that, let me know if you hear Buff, because I have the room.
I got it. I'm looking. I'm keeping an eye on it.
Okay, left-handed peaks. Okay, here it is. I think the demo. Over.
It was weird. See that? Hey, he's got it. He's here.
Got it. Did it add him in? Oh, come on, baby. Come on, Spectrum.
Yeah.
Dang it, man.
I found a video that showcases it.
Here it is. I got the one.
In our little group chat.
I got it up.
You got it?
Okay. Yep.
Yeah. Oh, because it was from their live stream. That's what it was.
Yep.
So there's just people uploading clips and stuff like that.
There's Buff. Let me get him back in.
He's almost there. He's almost there.
Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Get Buff back. Hashtag bring him back. All right, he's back.
Bring Buff back.
And there is a video.
Stop it.
Oh no, he went red again.
Don't worry. We didn't realize the show was gonna be today either.
Is he? Dude.
What?
Dang it, man. Dang it, Spectrum.
Great. Monopoly internet.
You absolutely suck, dude. And I'm talking about Spectrum, not Buff. Don't even try to start drama. Spectrum, get your shit together, dude. So in this, it's also showing blind fire too. So they're completely changing blind fire to maybe make it more viable, because right now when you blind fire, they stick out the gun to where it's like a crazy, like super wide angle, so it's almost like the Slav squat with the guy above his head, you know, just peak firing over, you know, berms and sandbags. So it's now just like a little peak, little blind fire. I'm really also curious about the recoil changes. Yeah. I mean, that's a lot of these are really big make or break things that they're changing, I feel like. The other thing that they're adding is a giant BTR taxi on streets, and you can pay it to do different things. So you can pay it to take you around. You can pay
BTR is coming.
Do what?
The BTR is going to be finally showing up. The one that they showcased in the original trailers. Okay.
Yep. And you can pay it to take you around the map, and then you can also pay it to follow you, or you can pay it to haul your loot out, which is really cool. So you can drop all your loot off with it, pay them, and they'll haul your loot out, and then you can stay in the raid, and then your raid will be in your stash when you get back. Yeah. So that's like really cool.
Huh. I'm a little. I'd be a little worried about the BTR in general. Is there gonna be because if that's a mechanic, is there gonna be a counter for it? You know.
I don't know.
You know, start bringing in RPGs to the raid or something like that. You know,
there are some
AT mines. You know,
Buffer, you here kind of for now?
I think it's kind of here for now. Possibly.
No.
Figure it out.
Dang it, man. Yeah, people probably camp the BTR for sure. So blind fire changes, BTR streets, new boss. There's gonna be a new boss on streets as well. And then there's gonna be new lightkeeper things where you can pay the lightkeeper for certain things. And mag presets, which I talked about. I think the more presets we can have, the better. The left-handed peak looks sick in that video, by the way. I think.
Yeah.
And then they're changing now. They're adding a quality of life where you can change the brightness on your reticle, which will be really nice for night raids and stuff. So,
Sweet.
And then on the negative side of things, the streets expansion was supposed to be this wipe. It's not. It got delayed. And there's no audio or netcode updates, which were supposed to be this wipe, but that probably has to do with their Unity upgrade. They're skipping Unity 2020 and going to 2021 or 2. Can't remember which one. they were going to go to the next year's Unity, but it's been so long that they're skipping it and going to the more current version of Unity. And they might work on audio or netcode then. So no changes there, which is a little bit of a bummer. And yeah, I think that's it. So those are the list of major changes.
Right.
There's lots of little stuff. But I think when you're talking recoil, you're talking vaulting. The other thing, they're adding achievements. So this is big too. So outside of quests, they're adding another thing that are achievements that you can choose to go for that have various little rewards and stuff. But these achievements, this is kind of huge, go across wipes. So you actually get permanent progression in the game now. That when you complete these achievements, you have them done forever.
That's so cool.
So
dang it, man. I'm not trying to get too excited, but that's actually really cool that it's something permanent progression wise. Like,
yeah. So something that they're adding to that progression wise. So that's been one of my issues with it too. And yeah, just so many people get tired of doing the same quests over and over again. If there's another way you can progress with doing new and different stuff that you never have to repeat, like I might be in on that deal. So pretty cool stuff. Definitely worth taking a look at again, I feel like.
all right.
Yeah, there's that.
Oh,
do you want
Tarkov, I'm installing it right now.
Nice. It'll be
Can't believe I'd ever install it again.
I need to check the wipe times.
Wipe time, exactly. Yeah.
It's on.
It's probably might be here. No, okay.
It's on their Twitter. I mean their X. I'm so sorry. It's on their X.
Look, it still says twitter.com in the URL, okay? Until they change that.
We're okay calling it Twitter still?
We're okay calling it Twitter.
All right.
I don't think they could buy X. It might be something weird. If you type in x.com, I don't think you should do that. Please.
I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. So then tomorrow technically kind of tonight, 2 a.m. Eastern time. Tonight, tomorrow morning / they're doing it.
All right. Well, I got some time tomorrow. I'll see if I can hop in tomorrow. I know we're gonna go see some cool stuff later. But I think he's back.
His bars are green. I can't hear him.
Yeah. All right, he's here. Back. He is talking. He is
Boom.
lovely
I
looking.
got you
It's
in.
clear too. It's not like it was before.
Nice. Okay. Here's the movement changes before we moved on, or if the show's getting too late and you guys want to table the COD talk till next week, we can.
No, I'm good. Whatever.
I wanted to get your opinion on this, Buff. Here's the changes. That you can see on screen with like the left-handed peek and stuff. You'll see it more, and then they're also changing blind fire and stuff to make it a lot tighter. But this is showing off kind of the new recoil. This first shot, and then he switches to like the left peek. And yeah, the recoil doesn't the recoil doesn't seem as bad.
Yeah, recoil looks a lot better. That left peek, yeah, I think that looks fine. Were people upset about like how quick you're?
I think how fast it went. Also,
I'm not.
Okay, he holds it right, I guess. Yeah. Okay. The pistol doesn't really seem like a left peek. It's almost just like a left chest.
Yeah.
Movement. That's it doesn't really seem too much. The rifle looks more.
The rifle, though, I mean, has anybody not re-shouldered on your left side before? It's not like it's this difficult process.
And it's also not like it's like way out there either.
Yeah, like what's I don't know how long it's supposed to take. I'm here and then I'm here.
I like it.
Like it shouldn't take long. It's not very difficult.
And there's the blind fire changes. You can see, which are a lot, might be actually usable. They haven't been in the past. So
that's cool.
Yeah, I don't know. It's
like the side blind fire.
It's interesting, man. I'm definitely more apt to check out this Tarkov wipe than the last one. They didn't change too much on the last one. It was a short wipe, and I just wasn't feeling it. But this might be something.
That looks good. Yeah, I like the recoil. Looks a lot better there too. I mean, I know the rifle they're shooting there is a it looks like a 5.45 AK, so probably 105 or a 74M. And yeah, the recoil looks probably as it
A
should, I
lot
would
more
say.
realistic
Yeah.
to that caliber too.
Yeah, like that thing isn't gonna really kick much at all.
Yeah,
So
because
in
even
full
with
auto.
5.56, I mean, to be honest, you can it's 7.62 by 39 still pretty controllable as well. It does jump if you have like a bare bones AK wood furniture, it will jump a little bit because it's just a little bit
Yeah.
harder to hold down. There's not much grip you can use, but still.
Yeah, and then I think something like a 7.62 by 51 NATO round, like that's a battle rifle round,
Oh,
so
dude,
that
if
should
you're
have
shooting
heavy
that full
recoil.
auto, yeah,
Yeah, unless you're looking at things like the Scar. The Scar are
full fire rate.
pretty light recoil, and they're a light weapon. But then you have things like the FAL and like a G3. Those things kick. So we'll see if they differentiate all the like the different. That's how my opinion's always been for like recoil is based on the caliber you're firing is should really dictate recoil. Um,
I still think attachments should help a little bit though, because like
oh
if I
yeah, for
have,
sure, for sure.
yeah,
But like your
nothing
base
to hold
stats
it
should be
down.
based on the round the caliber you're shooting. So like
For sure, yeah.
yeah, so like the
Every
one
bare
thing
bones M4 should have worked the same.
right, yeah. I mean one thing like Insurgency Sandstorm, right? Like they always like their M249 saw. Like if you try to use the saw in full auto, just like completely unusable, which is crazy because like in real life that thing doesn't go pretty flat firing. And
It's
so
heavy, so it stays down. Like,
well, I mean,
Yeah, that's
yeah,
the
right?
thing.
the
Yours,
saw's
the
like
weight's
the
helping you
saw's
out.
yeah, and you're looking at like maybe I think depending on the builds, like 20-ish pounds, depending in the belt, how many rounds
Yeah. Now the
you're
two
using.
Bravo is a different story.
Right,
You
that
can't
thing's
do
heavy.
that.
Right, and that's also a 7.62 by 51. But the saw is like a rifle round. Here in
Yeah.
game, they have the RPK 16, which is the 5.45 by 39, same as the AK
That's
that we
just a
saw.
longer magazine though, right?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you have a little bit different barrel also. But still, yeah.
Well,
I mean,
yeah,
it
but
won't kick.
there's no like it's not like the saw where it has belts, right? Unlike the
Yeah,
RPK
yeah.
and this has belts.
It's a magazine. So for those types of it should always like the base recoil should be based on the caliber, which I think they do for the most part. And then it, like you said, Blue, like attachments from there should help improve your recoil or worsen your recoil depending. But yeah, I know there was a time where I was playing just like running, a similar AK, like a 74M, what we see in this full auto display, and like you know, there was some occasions like at that range, you just dump a 60 round mag at somebody and not get a kill.
You're
It's
gonna,
just insane.
yeah, that's the thing. Especially at these ranges, people would
Yeah.
complain that the front sight blocks everything.
Right. Yeah.
yeah. So no, man, it's making Tarkov interesting to me again. And it's first time in a while, so I'm gonna at least get in,
Yeah.
try a few raids and
looks
try it
good.
out.
I'll have to. I can't play. I don't think I can play it with my current PC where it is. I can try it, try reinstalling it and stuff. But yeah, I mean, Tarkov with friends is still like probably the most fun I've had in a game ever. So and the fact that they're
Yeah.
running a new map here, like I think that's good because it doesn't matter when you come in on the wipe. You'll start in the same spot, which is nice.
Yep. Yep. I think that's a
Me,
really
I was
cool
gonna
idea.
say the left shoulder peak. I just realized too the hands don't change. That's what kind of bothered me a little bit.
Oh, really? I
I'm
missed
used
it.
to left shoulder firing, switching my hands.
Oh
Yeah,
no,
you
there's
Now,
just
should.
so they're just I feel
yeah.
like going from this to that's a bit awkward.
Yeah, usually you change your yeah.
You would change
I don't
hands
think
exactly.
anyone's firing like this. That's a little.
That's what made it.
They
I
had-
mean, I guess
it weird.
supposedly you could, like you
You
could, but
could,
it's
but
kind of
that's not
weird.
the way.
They have-
Especially as an
Yeah.
American PMC is probably not taught
Yeah,
that
yeah.
way.
I've never seen anyone do it.
They had
you
pictures.
could do it.
I saw on Reddit they had pictures of soldiers doing it.
Okay.
Of just switching that and shooting cross-eyed.
Yeah.
Cross-eyed dominant. But
Yeah, I mean, you definitely could for sure.
so that's Tarkov. Do you guys want to keep going to talk about like the COD leaks a little bit, or is the show
Yeah.
getting too long?
I'm
I
down.
can keep going. Whatever.
Okay, let's hit the
I'm
COD
down.
leaks if that's cool with you. There's not a whole bunch there, and then probably call it an episode. And then
Sounds good.
catch the rest of stuff next week. If that's cool with you guys.
Works for me.
No,
So,
you know what? I'm quitting.
all right, he's out. Man. All right, I'll have to dock your pay. Because we make so much. Okay,
So
fine, I'll
rich.
triple it. So we got some breaking news a little while back about some of the Call of Duty stuff coming out. This is going to be kind of an overall broad view. I don't think there's enough to really give too much opinions on, but it just kind of shapes the way the franchise is going. We've heard a few of these and they're all kind of lining up. So basically in an overview, we have 2023 is the Modern Warfare 3 we're in now. The next one is going to be Treyarch's Black Ops Gulf War. And then 2025, they're going back futuristic to a Black Ops 2 sequel, which I thought was what Black Ops 3 kind of was. But it sounds like when they go into the Black Ops 2 sequel, it's going to have a lot of remastered maps from Black Ops 2 in the multiplayer. I heard this time not going to be all remastered maps like MW3 was, but it's going to have...
which I hope not. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's going to have a lot of them and some new ones. A mix. Yeah, and that's right. That's where I saw it on Charlie Intel. It'll reportedly have a mix of new MP maps and remastered BO2 maps. It'll also have updates to the movement, pick 10, and round-based zombies maps. So Treyarch's round-based zombies are coming back for people who like that. I know there's a community built around that. But yeah, COD 2025 is reportedly set to a direct sequel to Black Ops 2 set in the near future of 2030. I really like near future games.
I'm excited for the Gulf War one. I'm
Yeah,
excited
me
to see
too.
what that's gonna look like. Dude, old 2000s military hardware is some of the coolest things ever.
Yeah, so it'll be pretty cool.
Or 90s. Sorry, late 90s. My bad.
Yeah, it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be like around the Black Hawk Down timeline, like in the '90s there. So
M16A2. It's gonna be like because what was it? Modern Warfare 2. The OG Modern Warfare 2 was kind of around that time. You know, so M16A2's little 203 rocket grenade launchers on the bottom, and
yeah, the OG Modern Warfare 2 was supposed to be like 09ish, I thought. But they had like, so I think this one Gulf War era is gonna be like early '90s,
even older.
Yeah,
Chocolate chip stuff.
Yeah,
armor,
it'll
and
be
a camo.
'90s. So we'll have to see. But again, like typically when they say like Call of Duty set in this specifically Black Ops, they jump all over the place. So at the wait.
Yeah. I wouldn't get too excited about the Arab Boys. You know, it's going to be crazy jumping cat girls and animes all over the guns and stuff.
Yeah,
So you just
That's true.
and crossover in movies and stuff.
Call of Duty.
It's not going to be an
Insurgency.
It's not going to be the Insurgency Sandstorm sequel we all wanted, like the Insurgency Gulf War or something. So, yeah, the campaign might see some Gulf War action, which would be pretty cool and be immersive. But you know, the multiplayer is going to be a circus.
Yeah.
If I swear to God, if I see some crazy, I mean, I know I'm gonna see it, but I'm just gonna cry when I do see some crazy stuff running around like a late 90s map.
It's gonna happen.
Yeah, because they leaked a lot. They leaked a lot of those maps, like earlier in the year.
Yeah.
I thought you had a lot of that stuff leaked, and the weapons list is already leaked. But again, that's 2 years before the game came out. All that stuff's leaked. So who knows?
I remember that, Buff. We talked about it. I don't know if Blue was on yet, but they were all that stuff leaked out of the Warzone mobile files.
Yeah. Yep.
Which made
so
no
you
sense.
Had screenshots of all of the Call of Duty Gulf War maps, like the loading screens, the placeholders that would be there when you load in.
Yeah.
And then there was a weapons list that was also.
I still think I have those screenshotted on my phone. I still have the screenshots to all the.
Were you talking about for this Gulf War
2024?
Yeah, this one coming up.
And it was leaked from mobile Call of Duty?
when they brought out the Call of Duty Warzone mobile, or was it just Call of Duty mobile?
I think it was Warzone mobile.
Yeah, maybe. Warzone mobile app. It had these files in it, and data miners found them, and you found like all this stuff. It had all the MW3 maps, and then it had all the Gulf War maps. Crazy. So, yeah,
it's pretty wild. But
I don't know how that happens.
I know. No.
Why was it in the files? Like, why? It's not even.
Someone got fired.
Who knows? No, I mean, the thing is, like, they do that so often. If they really cared about people data mining stuff, they'd protect it. Like, if it's free PR for them to just let that shit happen. But
it kind of is.
Yeah, I'm pretty pumped for the Gulf War one. I think that'll be cool, especially with the weapons list. Looks good. And then Black Ops 2 is, supposedly one of the best Call of Duties of all time. I never played that one. I was in my Battlefield phase then, when Battlefield used to be able to make video games way back then. So so I was enjoying, good Battlefield games at the time. So Black Ops 2 though, I've watched a lot of like videos and reviews on that, and it looks awesome. So I did get a copy of it, that I still have, that I'll have to go back and play at some point. But a direct sequel to that, because I know Black Ops 3 was like, still, it was way further in the future from Black Ops 2. Black Ops 2 took place, I think, in 2025, if I'm not mistaken. So the fact that you're gonna have like a direct sequel to that coming out that exact year, which is going to be 2025, and then how far in the future beyond that timeline is it? Hopefully, it's like 3 years in the future, 2026 or 2027, 28, somewhere in there, and you're still running with those same primary characters would be pretty neat. Because Black Ops 3, I forgot how many years in the future it was, but it was so far that like it was like those main characters like grandsons and stuff for the main characters. Like, they skipped a whole generation there, and Black Ops 3 was too futuristic. I played that and returned it. Like,
Do you guys think that forever and henceforth and always in the Call of Duty, they're only going to alternate between Black Ops and Modern Warfare, and that's going to be it for the rest of the time? That's what it feels like.
Oh man,
it feels like they bring out a mediocre World War II shooter when they don't know what else.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, "Yo, World War II, we back on."
They haven't done World War One yet, huh?
Oh God,
No.
They haven't pulled a Battlefield 1 yet.
Please no, please don't. Like, I don't want to see any more. I don't want to see any more World War ever again for a long time from AAA's.
No.
From AAA's now.
Nope.
I'll go play Postscriptum again.
I was probably the best.
Exactly.
I was probably in my peak Call of Duty gaming skill in Black Ops 3.
I never played Black Ops 3. I barely played Black Ops 2.
I was a controller aim assist Andy, man. I had that Black Ops aim assist, and I had the I got the controller. I got one of the scuffs with the paddles on the back, so you could jump and wall run and still aim. And like, so if you had like a default control, like that was when the paddle controllers just got started. So like most people had to take their thumb off of the aiming stick to jump. But when you had the paddles, you could jump and still aim in the air. And like, dude, I had like a crazy KD in Black Ops 3.
Remember a buddy of mine back in Black Ops 2, I think it was like the early scuff controllers, stuff like that. He would do trick shots and stuff like that. But that's cool, man. I'm over here playing Battlefield right now. Like,
yeah,
that was just where I was at. I mean, Modern Warfare 2, I definitely was playing a little bit more, but Battlefield 3 was still my jam. That was more.
Way better.
I was playing with that more than Modern Warfare 2.
Then,
I still played a good amount of Modern Warfare 2.
Well, then Infinite Warfare came out after that, and that's when I went full Battlefield 1.
Yeah, I never played Infinite Warfare, Advanced Warfare, even though apparently now people are looking back at it with like different eyes, I guess.
I liked Advanced Warfare just because it was my first time playing like video games in general.
I think
like I just have memories of it.
Was it Infinite Warfare was the one with Kevin Space? No, what was
Advanced Warfare?
Advanced Warfare. Where's the one that go into space? Is that Infinite Warfare?
Infinite Warfare.
Yeah, I think Infinite Warfare, because people are playing it now, and
a lot of people saying,
"Wow, it's like the campaign's great. What are you guys talking about?" I was like, I mean, probably was, but it came out at the wrong time. Maybe, I don't know. I never played the campaign. It looks very Michael Bay-ish, a lot of cool explosions and stuff like that.
I liked Advanced Warfare's just art style and stuff.
I loved Advanced Warfare. The campaign for that was great too.
The intro for the campaign for Advanced Warfare dropping into Korea, was it right?
Yeah,
the one that you dropped. Yeah, I think that was kind of cool, and like the swarms, and it didn't feel like a Call of Duty game though. It felt like a different game with just a Call of Duty title on top of it,
which was cool. I thought the campaign was awesome. That was a great campaign. You had a good cast there. But yeah, to your point, Infinite Warfare, supposedly everyone's saying it's like the best campaign of all time, which I think I got.
I wouldn't say it's the best one.
I wouldn't know. I haven't played it, but I got it
haven't played it
on like a
either.
PlayStation Plus deal, and I started it, but I never went back. I never finished it. I mean, I was only like a couple missions in. It was fine so far, but people are like, "This
Mhm.
is the best campaign of all time," which is
No, best campaign, Call of Duty
seems like a
2, big
stretch.
one. That's my favorite one. I don't care.
Yeah,
I don't care. I don't
The
care what you say.
OGs. The OGs.
yeah, those were good ones.
Played it back on GameCube.
GameCube. Oh
Cube.
my god.
That's when I played Call of Duty. I played the original Call of Duty on PC, and then my first Call of Duty console game was on GameCube.
Dang.
Forgot about that one.
All right, guys. Is that a show? You can hit up
That's a show. I
hit
think
up
that's a show.
some of the quick shops next week. Might have to do another Tuesday episode if you guys can because of the New Year holiday. I don't think I'll be home yet.
Really?
New
Oh
Year's is
shit!
Monday.
Yeah, first. Crap! Dang, holidays.
Yeah, Dad gummit giving me this paid time off from work.
Yeah, we could probably do. I could probably do Tuesday. I don't know. We'll see. That's another we'll see moment.
Okay, I'll message you guys like next Sunday and see how it's looking or something. I'm not sure when I'll be home, but sometime on the 1st I'll be home. But I don't know soon enough to fire out an episode or not.
Yeah, that's fine.
So I'll be in touch with you guys. I'll try to do a better job at letting the community know when we're going live. I kind of just we just kind of scheduled this one and went live a day later than normal. But
I appreciate the people that were here. You know,
yeah, there's quite a few folks here.
that was definitely you guys have been pretty good. You know, I know the production team sucks at announcing stuff, but it's fine.
Oh yeah,
you know,
trash.
This is like our 15th production team, guys. It's hard to find good help. Okay,
it's hard to find good help these days. These damn millennials don't want to do anything.
All these Zoomers,
nobody wants to work anymore.
Oh, there are.
Get off my lawn. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you to the podcast listeners, the audio guys and gals. Maybe gals. I can't imagine. But anyway, the audio folks, thank you guys for downloading it and listening to it. Appreciate you all so much. It's awesome. Again, if you want to support it, share it around. Bring somebody back with you next week. And have a happy new year. And hope you had an awesome Christmas. And we'll talk about the new year and what's coming up next week.
Beautiful. Thanks, everyone.
Gonna be